the best high ticket dropshipping niches of 2024 to start a store in. Now, these are ultimately not the best niches. I have to put best in the title because that's essentially what gets clicks. But these are niches that you can use for inspiration. You could start a store in these, but they're not like ones that are super underground that, ultimately you're going to probably have to find yourself. So you can use these as inspiration, use this as like idea to brainstorm other niches. So let's just get started. So niche number one is going to be the mobility niche. So we have this screenshot right here from SEMrush of the global volume of mobility or mobility chairs. It's just one product type. There's not like one term that fits into all the product types that you're selling. So this search volume is very skewed, which ultimately, if you haven't watched my video on why search volume doesn't matter, please watch that before you kind of understand what this is all about. So price range, 2,000 to 5,000 for these mobility chairs, scooters, and lift chairs. You would want to have a mobility niche. So these are not seasonal. I will also have all the sites with live examples of these stores with stores with these niches live right now that you can view at the very end of the video. So I'll go over those websites in a little bit. Niche number two is going to be restaurant supplies. So restaurant supplies, there's a lot of restaurant supplies. So some examples would be like commercial fridges, coolers, freezers. There's a lot of products that you probably haven't even heard of that restaurants buy to prepare different types of food, because there's tons of different types of foods, and then because of there's so many types of foods, there's also different types of equipment to make those foods. So that's why there's a lot of equipment, which we'll explore in a little bit. Number three is going to be the yard/pond niche. So the price range of the previous one I forgot to mention is 5 to 10K, and it's not seasonal. The yard/pond niche, you have koi pond kits, fountains, pond kits, anywhere from 2,000 to 4,000. Some of the fountains go upwards of $20,000 or more. And I really like this because it's a rich people thing. Like only rich people really buy fountains and koi ponds, so you're dealing with the wealthy. Something like mobility, you're not going to always be dealing with the wealthy people. You might be dealing with average income or lower income people that ultimately they need the mobility chair for themselves versus they want a fountain, because the person buying a fountain, they don't actually need it. They want it for their home or whatever else that they want to store the fountain. So yard/pond niche, super interesting, 2 to 4,000 AOV on average. Next up is going to be the golf niche. So golf niche, there's a lot of search volume. So this is just for like golf in general. So golf simulators, they look like this. They range anywhere from 5 to 10,000 on average, but they go way above that. Some of them in like 20, 30K. Golf simulators, launch monitor, net and enclosure. Those are some product types that you could have on your golf store that are very high ticket. This is semi-seasonal days, so they obviously peak during the winter season because people can't golf during the winter. So that's the whole point of the golf simulators. But if you sell golf equipment, like let's say golf carts, people would buy those during the summer. So you would balance the store out by having products that are seasonal during winter and products that are seasonal during summer. DJ niche. So this is another one, 2,000 to 4,000. So you can have DJ mixers, digital systems, audio interfaces. These are not seasonal. A lot of different product types that we'll explore and onto the next slide. But DJ equipment, digital systems, guitars, and musical instruments, a lot of sound interfaces and things like that. So here's the live websites that have these niches. So let's look at each one. Okay, number one. So number one is mobility department, which is a mobility scooter, chairs, power lifts, power chairs, lift ramps, and all types of stuff related to mobility. So you can see on their site, looks like a traditional high ticket drop shipping store. All types of folding mobility. This is a competitor, does definitely have a really well built out site. So what I like to look at is like I'm inside folding mobility scooters, and then they have different types of folding mobility scooters. So they're segmenting out the categories and collections in a way where it makes it easy for people to find what they're looking for. So remote control automatic folding mobility scooters, site looks pretty decent. This is using the Empire theme. Nothing to complain about. With this niche, you just really have to make sure it's an older demographic. So you need text should be very big, bold, and easy to read because people usually are on their phone or on a computer where they might have a hard time reading. So make sure you remember that for this niche. Next is going to be Katoom, Restaurant Supplies Inc. So this is a huge wholesale restaurant supplies and equipment store. So restaurant equipment, we have tons of products inside each of these categories. I'll let you guys explore. You can even make a niche or more niche down store from one of these categories. You could have just commercial refrigerator or ice maker, or like a store around ice, kitchen supplies. So lots of products inside, just like drink dispensers, water dispensers. So this store, you can build it as basically as big as you want. So yeah, I would just start with a few categories. Let's say restaurant equipment, and then just go into beverage equipment. Tons of suppliers in this category alone. They have all of it built out, so you can use this store as inspiration to build your store if you want it to be that big over time. So Katoom, restaurant supply store. Next is going to be the pondguy.com, which is selling koi ponds, fountains, and things like that. So pond and lake, irrigation, fountains, algae and weed control. So lots of things that I would say I don't have too much idea on, but rich people that have huge ponds in their backyard. I have a friend that their house has a giant koi pond, in the backyard. So that's how I got the idea initially. So koi ponds, UV, water treatments, things like that. So there's a lot of products on this store as well. A lot of times, because there's a lot of accessories, and you can see these are kits, you want to do bundles so you can increase your AOV with these koi ponds. So for example, if you're selling like accessories, you want to usually bundle it with like these current bundles that they're already doing. These are bundles probably made by the manufacturer, but you could create custom bundles by yourself to make your offer unique. Next is going to be Simulator HQ, which is a high-ticket dropshipping store in the golf simulator niche. You can see simulators, launch monitors, nets and enclosures, mats. Yeah, a lot of what you expect from a niche down golf simulator store. Yeah, nothing too much to say about this one. I don't really like the theme too much, just because like the search bar is pretty awful in terms of when you actually have to like click on the search bar to search something. It's not good. On Amazon, they have a clear search bar. You type in whatever you want, you click enter and find whatever you're looking for. When your search bar is hidden away and not easy to use, and whenever you have lots of products, that's not a good sign. So that's what I would say about this store, at least. And then lastly, Sweetwater.com. This is a huge music store that sells lots of music equipment like guitars, studio recording microphones, live sound, lighting, softwares. So you can even sell like softwares for these musical equipment like pianos, electric music, things like that. DJ, electronics, band, orchestra, home audio and electronics, commercial audio, and install. Content creators, interesting. They probably have like so they have like content creator equipment. So yeah, this is probably something. This is like industry I like because I like these cameras and these lightings, because these are actually quite expensive. Like if you were to start a YouTube channel to compete with some of the people that have really great production, the camera's like a decent camera is like 3,000 with the lens and everything, and the lighting is another couple hundred to 1,000. Then you need the microphone, that could be another 1,000. Yeah, so things add up. You could sell to content creators with this niche. You could create content around you could create content around creating content in like the equipment that you need. So I know like a YouTube channel that creates content around how to create content on YouTube. Sounds confusing, but like if they had an e-commerce store that sells these products, that's better than an affiliate. So yeah, this is, I honestly really like this niche. I'm not really into music or audio, but I do like the content creator, like equipment side of things. So yeah, this is sweetwater.com, a high ticket dropshipping store that sells music equipment. Hope you guys took away value from these. Take these as inspiration. You don't necessarily have to do them. Of course, if you need questions, drop them in the comment section below. You want to work with myself and my business partner, Marcus, one-on-one, and our coaches one-on-one to build a high ticket dropshipping store to 10K a month profit guaranteed or your money back. There's a link down below to apply for the program. That's it for now. I'll see you guys in the next one.